Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here with another Magic Arena. I almost said Master Duel instinct kicking in there. Nope, this is going to be another Magic Arena video. So, in the last one, I showed off my first new Capenna draft where we very luckily opened not one but two Planeswalkers in our Riveteers deck. We ended up going, I think, 4 wins with that. In the time since then, I've done an additional... Actually, hang on, I have to count. No, it's been 6, right? So I've done a total of 7 drafts now, including that first one. So I've been getting quite a bit more practice. I've gotten 2 of those additional 6 were 3 wins, 2 were 4 wins, and then 2 were actually 7 wins. So I don't think I'm doing too badly, if I do say so myself. If you want to see my decks for the 7 wins, you can go ahead and check out my Twitter, link in the description below, where I tweeted. I actually got those 2 drafts back to back with 7 wins. So you can go ahead and check out those decks in the tweets, which is again is going to be linked in the, well, my Twitter is going to be linked in the description below. So we're going to go ahead and jump into another new Capenna draft here. I've still not messed with Constructed like at all. Like I'm still Bronze and Constructed, but I think I'm Gold 1 now in Limited. And I do actually kind of plan on dabbling into Standard as I acquire more these wild cards here, because I do actually like Standard, just Magic Constructed as well as Limited, but I'm definitely a bigger fan of Limited between the two. So I think I'm going to lean into Boros Aggro first, because those lands will then allow me to also move into like Jeskai Control if I wanted to build that deck as well. Just I've been doing some research on like top Standard decks right now, but yeah, so I have acquired a couple of the one-time gem packs, and in my 7 drafts I've actually managed to so far net gain in-game currency. I'm net up 200 gems as well as my 9,000 gold, so that's pretty nice, and hopefully we can keep that train running. We're going to do another new Capenna draft here, so let's go ahead and confirm that purchase and jump right into a table here. This has been a lot of fun. I've definitely been leaning a bit into this now that we're towards the end of the Master Duel season, and yeah, you know, I'm gonna be playing enough like Sword Soul mirror matches in the start of the next season. So, well, the season might have actually already begun by the time I put this video up. I'm not exactly sure when this is gonna go out just yet, or even if it will, to be totally honest. I have seen some positive reception to the arena videos so far, so that is pretty rad. Again, at this time I have no plans to replace daily Master Duel videos with Arena. Arena will always be uploaded in addition to Master Duel when I do decide to upload it, so no need to worry about that. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, let's get that last seat filled here and take a look at our first opening is Riveteers Ascendancy. This card's pretty meh. It's not a good pack one, pick one. Let's take a look at our uncommons. Uncommons tend to be alright, are usually pretty good. Out of the way is alright. Whack is definitely not too bad. Ooh, we got an Inspiring Overseer, which is just actually the best common, I think, in the set, so I think I'm going to go ahead and actually pick that first. I'm actually going to refer to, and I'll go ahead and link to this in the description there, but I wanted to refer to this little tier list that I like to use when I'm drafting to kind of... Oh, the music might have cut out there for a second, that's why. Yeah, there's this tier list on Draftism that I like to refer to. It's not the be-all end-all, but it helps me parse between some close picks sometimes. Strangle's actually really good, too. This is actually just a really good pack as far as commons go, and uncommons. Whack is really, really good, but I do think Inspiring Overseer is a little bit better, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that first. That said, Whack being an uncommon is a little bit harder to come by, so it might have behooved me to actually pick that, but... Ooh, we got a Voidwind? Wow, somebody didn't pick a Voidwind? I mean, it is 3 colors. You do actually usually want to stay as open as possible. They picked a common, actually. Wow, they must have opened Inspiring Overseer as well, or something of that kind. Because there's a Jewel Thief here, too. That's another one of the best commons. Wow, there's actually a lot of good picks in this pack. Okay, hang on. Scrivenger is definitely not bad at all. Torch Breath is not bad, but probably not better than Scrivenger. But those are opposite colors. If you're going to pick 2 colors, you usually want to pick allied colors. The Briefcase is okay. Ooh. So far I'm inclined to pick the Jewel Thief. This card is so good. Voidwind is really good, but it's also 3 colors, so we'd have to commit to being the Brokers. I think that this is pretty early. No, Brokers is the, I don't remember which one is Esper. I'm actually gonna pick the Jewel Thief, I think, here. Yeah, it's so good. Okay, Freelance Muscle is a pretty good green card. That's a good sign going into Selesnya. Leaves you pretty open too, as far as like being the allied colors. I've noticed tends to be a little bit better early on, but you should try to stick to 1 or 2 colors early on in the draft and not commit to like a 3-color card right away. In my opinion, yeah, I really like Freelance Muscle, as it's already got like a decent body, and then it just gets even stronger whenever you attack or block with it. Raffine's Informant is pretty good. Riveteers Charm is really good, but it's not really in our colors. Sawjack is good, but I think Freelance Muscle is a little bit better, so I'm pretty confident just taking that here. Okay, Speakeasy Server's okay. Ooh, Price Fight is really good, and it's removal. So, yeah, you definitely need removal. Is very, very important to pick. There have definitely been a couple of drafts, one of the 3 and 4 ones, I'm thinking of those 2 decks in particular, where I passed upon some removal during the actual draft, and it ended up coming back to bite me a little bit later, so... Yeah, right now we're looking pretty good with our Selesnya stuff. I really like the Price Fight as removal as well. Like, Fight in general is pretty good, but then making the treasure on top of it is also very, very good. And there's not really much else here I'd rather take anyway, or I'd like for the deck anyway. Maybe the Speakeasy Server, but no, I think this is a pretty easy Prize Fight here. Wow, the whack this late. That's really interesting to see. Attended Socialite is not bad, and in our colors. It's also a 2-drop. You also need a good amount of early stuff, which we don't have any yet, but I mean, we're still, you know, pretty early into pack 1. Wow, this whack being open. Part of me wants to take it, honestly. Like, Attended Socialite, I can pick up cards like this pretty easily. This whack being open is such a strong sign. Like, it almost makes me wonder if that whack from pack 1, pick 1 is gonna wheel. If it does, and we can pick up 2, that'd be really good. I'm gonna take a chance here, because I'm only missing out on the Attended Socialite. I'm just gonna pick up the whack here. I'll probably not end up playing it, but... So the shield counter has trample. That's not bad as like a later game finisher. High-rise Sawjack. Let me actually... I'm gonna pull up Draftism real quick. Let me see. Rocks. Pummeler. Okay. I think Sawjack is better. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Let me go back to the draft. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick Sawjack here. Yeah. Alright, what do we have here? Riveteers Outlook might not be bad if I do decide to splash black. There's not really anything else in here I would play. Riveteers Initiate is a good card. I think I'd rather have the Outlook for potential fixing if we need it. Security Rocks this late? Like, even hard casting this as a 4-mana 5/4 is not bad at all, actually. What do we have for white so far? Just the Overseer? We could move into Riveteers. This is such a strong sign for Riveteers being open. It's such a good card, too. I'm going to take it. This is another good thing that good practice to have, is just to be open in like what you take. Like, yeah, we took this Inspiring Overseer pack 1, pick 1, but that doesn't mean we're committed to white. Like, we've exclusively picked up good green and basically Riveteers cards since then. We could take this for fixing. Broken Wings, I don't like. It's too narrow removal. Jackhammer's mad. Dig Up the Body is a pretty good card, but I think if I'm going to move into Riveteers specifically, I'd rather have the fixing. Oh, look, we got another Dig Up the Body anyway. I think I'll take that over Riveteers Outlook here, because I only have like 1 black and 1 red card. Otherwise, we're pretty much mono green at this point. Of course, Inspiring Overseer aside. I mean, that is another black card that we're committing to, but... And this would be another red card that we're committing to, but we could also just take more fixing. We could just get the fixing out of the way now, because sometimes that is a problem in drafts where, like, you'll basically... Words. Wow, this Backstreet Bruiser should have probably been taken a while ago. I'll take this though. And wow, these are such good cards to have this late. I think I'll actually take a Fake Your Own Death. I think I underestimate this card. And then, yeah, well, look at that. We would have taken Roastmaster a couple of picks ago anyway. So even the score is a really good card. Not really good. It's pretty good, but obviously not in our deck. I think I'll just pass it. I know it's like, whoa, a mythic, but like it's not going to be useful for our deck. So Unlucky Witness is in our colors, and it's not bad. Murder is probably just going to be the pick, though. This is like the best removal in the set. And there's not, I mean, Mayhem Patrol is pretty good. Plasma Jockey is pretty good. Unlucky Witness, like I said, is pretty good. Sticky Fingers is alright. Social Climber is alright. Glittermonger is, you have to be a pretty dedicated treasure deck for this to be good. Fake Your Own Death, like I said, I think I've underestimated before, but we already took one, which I think is about all you need. Murder, like I said, is just the best removal in the set, and it's in our colors, so we'll definitely just take that. Wow, Ledger Shredder is really, really good, but we're not blue at all. Mr. O'Farrow is really good, and it's exactly in our colors. There is Crooked Custodian, and Riveteers Initiate, and Midnight Assassin, and Inspiring Overseer. Wow, somebody took, there must have been like a foil? I don't know if that's the thing in Arena, though. Because all three uncommons and the rare are here. So somebody took a common that wasn't Inspiring Overseer. Or Rooftop Nuisance. Or like, there's a lot of good stuff in this pack. I'm just really curious what my opponent, or what the other person took. I'm not going to be playing against these people in the draft either, so... wow, that's an Unleash the Inferno. That's really, really good, and that's a really good sign that our colors are open. Same with Voice of the Vermin still being here. This is exceptionally good. Deal Gone Bad's really good. I would take, oh my god, I would probably just take this whole pack if I could. Like, it's got 5 playables that I would put in my deck here. And I could justify maybe putting in a Quick Draw Dagger, but I'm definitely just going to take Unleash the Inferno as just really good removal. Well, not really good, but it's pretty good. I think that's the best card here anyway. Well, we need the removal either way. And it's in our colors, like I said, so... I don't want to take a chance on that wheeling, also just because it's a rare. I don't think it will, but... Okay, so we're not playing this Inspiring Overseer anymore, funnily enough. Okay, Getaway Car. 3 haste, crew 1 attacks or blocks, return up to... Do we have anything that this is really good with? We definitely need more low drops. Like, a lot more low drops. Like, we don't have any right now. Okay, we need to start prioritizing that, like, right away. And, of course, there's not really anything in this pack for us in terms of, like, low-cost cards. This pack doesn't really have, like, anything for us. Except maybe the Demons do. Which I guess I'll take. It's either that or Chrome Cat. I think it's gotta be Chrome Cat, though, actually, right here. Yeah. Alright. Okay, well, yeah, we gotta start prioritizing, like, lower-cost creatures, which, of course, again, there's not any of, except for Jetmir's Fixer. Okay, there's another prize fight as well. How many... Okay, I'm not playing this. Okay, if we take another prize fight, we can be good on answers, and then we're good on fixing, so we can... Alright, we'll take a prize fight, and then from here on out, we're just exclusively looking for, like, 2 and 3 cost creatures, pretty much at this point. There's another Mr. O'Farrow, which is not either of those things. But the only other thing here we would take is a light 'em up, which I already said we already have a lot of removal. It looks like we're going to be splashing red anyway, so I'll take Mr. O'Farrow here. And there's a Riveteers Charm, oh my god. I mean, I can't not take it, right? The only other thing here to take is Exhibition Magician. I know I just said I need to prioritize the creatures, but goddamn, this card is so good. I have to take the Exhibition Magician here, though. Like, I don't think I can afford to take Riveteers Charm here. This is far and away the better card, but for my deck, I think I just need this Magician. Oh my god, there's a murder here? What the f... Like, I would love this Crooked Custodian, but I can't not take this murder. We're definitely good on removal now. Okay, so this was pack 1. I think we just take another Chrome Cat here. We definitely, I mean, we don't have anything to put out the Sticky Fingers on, or this, like, we don't have creatures to do these tricks on, so, like, we need the creatures. We'll take that. That's a funny sound effect there. Ooh, Midnight Assassin is a good pickup. Okay, but if you look at our curve here, we are in desperate need of 2 drops. That has to be our priority moving forward. Like, 100% has to be our priority moving forward. Okay, nothing really for us here. This is a little bit of fixing. I was gonna say, let me put the lands in the sideboard so I can just see my playables. So I have 19 playables Like, again, this isn't, like, the best cards for my deck, but, like, these are cards I would be fine playing. Nothing here for me. I guess I'll just take this, sure. Again, nothing here for me, but take that. Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, last pack. Country Loss is not in our colors. Riveteers Requisitioner is an extremely good card and a 2-drop, which is exactly what we need. Our Fiend Silencer would obviously be good, but this is better for us. Deal Gone Bad, we don't need the removal anyway. There's a Murder and a Midnight Assassin. Given how this packs have been, one of these will probably wheel, or this, or this. We'd play all these black cards, and Murder wheeled so late, or it was like yeah, Murder got picked up really late by us last time, so. Oh my god, an Urbask? That's nuts. We're definitely just picking that. That's insanity. Yeah. Cool thing about Arena Draft is that, like, I've noticed people seem to be less incentivized to Rare Draft, which is really cool. But that's really good for our deck. I mean, if it wasn't here, then this Pugilist would also be extremely good for our deck. Strangle wouldn't be bad, but again, we have enough removal. But obviously, it's just going to be Urbask here. Let's see. No 2-drops. There's a Midnight Assassin, which we'll probably just take. There's a Tramway Station. We saw one in the last pack. I bet one of them is going to wheel. It'd be cool if both did. We'll take the Assassin here. God, we need 2-drops so badly. Fatal Grudge is a 2-mana card, but not really a proactive 2-drop. Sacrifice an online permanent. Assures a type of sacrifice. I mean, it's still a fine card. We'll take it. Corrupt Court Official is literally exactly what we needed. It's an exceptionally good 2-drop. One of the best commons in the set, and yeah, no question about it. We'll just take that. Okay, nothing. I mean, again, Sticky Fingers, we don't have cheap creatures to put it on. Tricks, we don't have cheap creatures to use them on. Demon's Zoo, I don't think we really need the draw. We'll take the Fixing. Or wait, that's not Fixing, we're not blue. Maybe we'll take the Demon's Zoo then. I don't think we'll use it, but Quick Draw Dagger, again, we don't have cheap stuff to put it on, so. Oops, well, I think I picked it. Wow, another Mr. O'Farrow, but we don't need it at all. We have to take Unlucky Witness, as we need the cheap stuff, so. As I keep saying, Crooked Custodian. Okay, so we're picking up some more early game. This is good, this is good. We got a little bit more. 3 more pieces of it, 4 more pieces of it this pack, so that's, like I said, that's definitely good. Okay, this was pick 1, so a bunch of those black cards did wheel. I think it's gonna be another Midnight Assassin, as it's the cheapest creature here. I would have liked this curve to be a little lower, but this still isn't awful by any means. It's just this format I feel does tend to be a little bit more on the aggressive side. Like having a good 1 and 2, but well, there's not that many. I guess there's a decent amount of good ones in this format. I guess I don't know compared to like most other draft formats, but I mean that's kind of true of draft in general. What I was about to say though, which is that playing a 2-drop on 2 is fairly important. But yeah, this deck is not bad so far. Well, so far it's about to end here. We could do more fixing. I don't think we really need that much more though. We already have 2 Outlook. Well, we have 2 Outlook and 1 Tramway Station and a Maestros Theater. That's probably enough fixing. I don't think I really need more. Actually, what do I have in the way of floors? Oh, well, I got the land anyway. I think I took a little bit too long there. We'll take a Tramway Station. I think I was actually about to take the 4-drop, but whatever. Okay, Maestros Initiate will take another cat, I guess. I don't think we're actually gonna, and then a Sticky Finger, sure. Okay, so we don't have quite as many 2-drops again as I would like, but let's just see how many proactive, low-cost stuff we have here. Okay, let me start by, this is how I always do it. I just take everything out of the deck and then I build it kind of from scratch. Okay, let's start with our colors and then just get these lands out of our deck. So I'm definitely going to play a Mr. O'Farrow. Actually, I'll pretty much definitely play all those. And then what other multicolor cards do I have? I don't know for sure about those yet, but I'll probably play those. Definitely playing that. Okay. Okay, how many proactive cheap cards do we have? As in, like... oh my god, is that it? Is that really it? 5? No, 4? Ugh. We have 1 1-drop and 3 2-drops. And that's it. Okay, so... we might have to end up mulliganing kind of aggressively for those. Yeah, that's definitely too low. That's absolutely too low, but we're gonna have to make it work. Okay, what else do we have in the way of like really nothing? So we might have to be, I mean, we're definitely more of a mid-rangey deck, but again, this is definitely more, I feel, of an aggressive format. But if we're gonna be the mid-rangey deck, then we need to just have some good answers. The problem with picking up these prize fights early was that you kind of need the cheap creatures for prize fight to be really good, and we don't really have that. But I don't think that's going to be a problem because we also have 2 murder. We have a bunch of midnight assassins, so I think that's going to be fine in that regard. And then didn't we have... oh, well, the prize fight was the other removal I was thinking of. Okay, Jewel Thief is definitely going in. Exhibition Magician is definitely going in. Oh, we have Whack. That was the other piece of removal I was thinking of. That's definitely going in. That card's pretty good. That's 16 cards so far. How does our curve look? Not, again, that's all we're going to get for early proactive stuff, which sucks, but it is what it is. And then as far as proactive, we have 3 proactive 4-drops. We have a good amount of proactive 3-drops. Okay. We're definitely putting in Urbask as one of our finishers. Freelance Muscle isn't a bad finisher, so we need 5 more cards. For those of you who are new to like Magic drafts, you typically want 23 spells, 17 lands. If you're playing a really aggressive deck, you can do 16 lands. Or if you have like a lot of mana dorks, like creatures that make mana, you can get away with 16 lands potentially. Or just cards in general that make mana that aren't lands. But for the most part, you want 23 spells, 17 lands. Okay, yeah, we'll put in the hijack. That's 4 more cards. We're gonna have to kind of front load on 3-drops a little bit because we're lacking on 2s just to make sure we have. We'll play one of the prize fights, I think. We might actually end up playing both anyway. Because I need, what, 2 more playables? So, like... maybe Roastmaster and prize fight. Oh, Fake Your Own Death. That's right. I want something. I do want this trick. Let me play that. Even though I don't have that many cheap cards, we'll still play it because it's still like it's a fine card. Then it's either actually. Hang on. It might be no. We have the Maestros Initiate, so I don't feel the need to play the Demon's Due. Could play the Dig Up the Body. I'm really glad I picked this card up. Like even as a 5-mana 4/4 haste and draft, that's already really good. And then just the ability to pretty much play extra cards is really good. And then it's even better than that though, because you basically get an extra draw, but then your opponent, instead of drawing, gets like a temporary draw. So like it puts you ahead and sets your opponent behind, on top of being a 4/4 haste, which is really good. I'm really glad I got that card actually for this deck. We needed a strong... I mean, not that, you know, Mr. O'Farrow and Freelance Muscle aren't strong cards, combined with, like, Security... well, we just end up with Rhinos at the end, I just kind of noticed, along with Security Rocks, but, like, having just a bomb finisher is such an important thing to have. I think it's probably just going to be the prize fight anyway. The treasures are also probably important for a deck to make in general, so we'll just play that, and then... play that. Alright, where's the rest of the lands here? Okay, we have 3 Riveteers Outlook. That's pretty good. And then I might play the Maestros Theater anyway. Although we already have 5 slow lands, that's probably all we really want. Even for this deck, it's a little bit better for this deck. So, like, it's good to have fixing, but you don't want, like, too much fixing in the terms of, like, slow lands, right? Because if that's the case, then then you just end up with like too slow of mana, right? And then you can't get your stuff out quickly enough. But since we have such few like low-cost proactive cards anyway, it's probably fine to play this many. I don't think I need the Maestro's Theater on top of that, though. So we need 12 lands. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to count our mana symbols, and then that's more, the ratios are more or less going to determine the amount of lands I put in for the deck here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green. So it looks like green is our splash. I thought red was going to be our splash, but we actually did end up with fewer green cards. And even then, our green cards are like, you know, prize fights, which aren't used on 2, a couple of 3 drops, and then as part of multicolor cards. So yeah, we can get away with the fewest amount of green. So I'm thinking we need more black than red, right? I mean, you can also find this out by looking here, but this is also going to count stuff that's in activated abilities, which doesn't always count. I just prefer to count it manually, honestly, but... So we have 12 slots, so an even distribution would be 4-4-4, but I'm thinking 5-4-3 with like 5 swamps, 4 mountain, 3 forest. Actually, well, yeah, I mean, we have the 3 Riveteers outlook too, so I think that should be fine. Yeah, we'll do it that way. 1, 2, 3. I like the D&D lands because they have the flavor text. I don't know why. I just always 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. So once again, my final review of this deck. I think this is actually the most iffy deck I've ever drafted, to be totally honest, because we have such few early game. We're gonna have to be conscious of that in our mulligans, but I mean, if we can make it to the mid game, then we definitely excel there. We have enough removal. Like, God, we have enough removal. A lot of it is creature based, like the prize fight and the Midnight Assassin, but we do have the double murder and the whack as well. So I guess in a way we're almost a control deck with how much we're focused on removal and how little early game we have, but I think it's going to end up playing a little bit more mid-rangey. So alright, let's go ahead and run it. Okay, game 1 here is going to be against MTG Dane. Not Dean. I almost said Dean, but it looks like it's Dane. Okay, good. We got a 2-drop. We have 2, 3, 4. Well, we have a removal, but we have 2, 3, 4 and removal. We have all of our colors. This is an easy keep. Okay, good. This is a fine hand. I'm going to start with the tramway station because we don't have a 1-drop, so we'll play the slow land first. Opponent doesn't have a 1-drop. That's obviously good for me. We'll get out of forest. Now we have all our colors, and we can go ahead and throw out this crooked custodian. So we've already got our 2-drop online on turn 2. That's one of our deck's biggest hurdles already overcome there. Alright, let's see. Let's throw out a swamp, move to combat. That goes through. Now we'll play Exhibition Magician. I think we'll get a citizen here because they don't really have much of a use for the treasure token at this point. They'd rather get the tempo on board here. Yeah, because all we have in the hand is the security rocks and the whack here. You might think like, oh, wouldn't you want the treasure to get the rocks out for cheap? But we don't have a way to make another treasure, so... Okay, so they played a Witty Roastmaster. Okay, let's go ahead and throw out another... Actually, I'll throw out a forest here. Well, actually, well, no, I have 2 black. That's fine. I mean, I could whack and then swing for 6, but no, I'd rather get the tempo out and play the rocks here. I think I'm fine trading the Custodian with the Witty Roastmaster. So I'm going to start by going to combat. I'll move in with the Custodian and the Magician, but not the Civilian because it's a free trade. So, yeah, they'll take this trade. I'm fine with that, though, because I'm going to keep securing tempo by playing this 5-4. Tempo being just board advantage as opposed to hand advantage. I mean, opponent obviously has hand advantage, but we have the board pretty much on lock right now, and we have a whack. So if they have a problem creature, we can just get rid of it. But I don't know. This Plasma Jockey isn't too much of a problem creature. I think we can just go ahead and swing in with everything here. Let's play this Swamp. I'll probably just play this Mr. O'Pharaoh and swing with... I think I'll swing with everything, and I'll double the Exhibition Magician's power to tempt them into that block so they don't take 4 damage that way. Could also just give the double the 1/1. Attempt them to block with that, or block into that. They're tapped out, so they won't have any tricks. There's also an argument to play this so we can start getting the draws online, but I think I'd rather get the Mr. O'Farah online. And I'm definitely going to swing with everything. It's just a matter of whose power I'm going to double. I think it is going to be the Citizen. No, I think it's going to be the Exhibition Magician. I'm fine with that trade. If they don't trade, that's a lot of extra damage to get in. But yeah, they take the trade here, so. And, yeah, we'll pass. If it targets a white... Oh, there is a white creature to target. I was like, is there a white creature to target? Yeah, the Citizen Token is both green and white. I mean, this gives -4, -4. Like, I'm not super concerned about whatever they put down, which doesn't even end up being anything here, so... yeah, I'm just gonna move to combat. And I'll probably just have Mr. O'Farah double his own power. Yep. Seems fine to me. Actually, no, I definitely should have doubled Security Rock's power. But it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, I don't have lethal, but... At least they didn't trade back or anything like that. Yeah, I can play Jewel Thief and Initiate here if I play the Jewel Thief first, so let's go ahead and do that. Just again, putting more tempo on board. I'll run the Initiate out as soon as possible so I can potentially get these draws as soon as possible if I need, but yeah, we're just going to get the Concede there, so easy peasy. Alright, let's move on to the next game. Okay, Iros, give me our next opponent here. Okay, we have a 2 and a 3, that's good. We don't have a forest, we also don't have any green cards, and we have a murder. I think this is a keep. We definitely need a forest at some point, but... We're also, I mean, green is our lightest splash, and we have a lot of those outlooks, so I don't think we'll have too much trouble getting that. Opponent's still deciding if they want to keep. We'll definitely lead with the tramway station once again. Just to get the slow land out first. Okay, looks like they are going to end up mulliganing. That's going to make our Corrupt Court Official even better on turn 2. This card is really, really good. In my last draft, I ended up with like 3 of these in my deck. And then I ended up with a couple of cards that could res stuff. Like one of the rare creatures. And then I also played that spell that reses up to 3 cheap things. And so my whole deck was just based around like playing Corrupt Court Officials, them dying, and then bringing them back. So it ended up being a pretty sweet deck. I mean, it's just a 2-mana 1/1 that literally always 1-for-1s. Now, granted, it's going to 1-for-1 for the worst opponent, or the worst card in your opponent's hand, because they do get to choose what they discard, but that still often ends up being totally fine. And then we have the Midnight Assassin, which it offers both evasion and removal. Evasion, like flying, is pretty good and limited, as you'll often end up in a game state where the board is gunked up by a whole bunch of small creatures, and so having something that can either a big creature that can power through them or trample over them, or like stuff that flies with evasion or can't be blocked, those tend to be pretty good in most limited formats, and this one is definitely no exception. So let's go ahead and play the Swamp, and then we'll go ahead and throw out the Court Official here. Force them to discard. Again, we're taking their worst card, but it's still fine to 1-for-1. And actually, 1-attack creatures aren't awful in this format, because there's a decent amount of things that have 1 health that are played pretty regularly, so... I don't know how this format compares to most other formats, but this is definitely a little bit more aggressive of format than other draft formats I've played. Okay, they discarded a Rooftop Nuisance, which is a pretty good card, so I'm definitely totally fine with that. Playing a Snooping Newsy. Ooh, those are fine mills. I'm okay with them milling those cards. We got a Mr. O'Farah. We definitely need that forest here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and play our Midnight Assassin. No point in attacking, obviously, because we'll just get blocked and be sad, so we'll just pass. Yeah, drawing a forest next turn, or even an outlook to search for a forest would be really, really good. But drawing the forest outright, I mean, Mr. O'Farah wouldn't be too great here because our creatures only have 1 power, so doubling a 1 power creature obviously not as good as even 2, just starts to become exponentially better. Okay, looks like opponent's playing Grixis, Maestros in this set. If they just swing in with the Newsy here, I'll just let it come in. There's no need to block. Newsy's at 3, looks like. Yeah, once they get up to 5, this will be a 3/3 with lifelink. I wonder what they have. I wonder if it's a matter of being indecisive between a couple of 3-drops. I think it's... Oh, okay, so they're trying to figure out if they want to use this Maestro's Charm. One of those into your hand and the rest into the graveyard. So this will almost assuredly be active now. Wow, it's actually not. That's really good for me. Out of the way, Mayhem Patrol. And then what did they add again? Yeah, no need to block. Is there not... Okay, I've been wondering this. Is there not a little thing like in Master Duel where I can see the latest action my opponent took? Maybe not. Okay, so... We don't have a green land, but we at least can play this Witness, which will probably help us dig for one when it dies. And then we have the Murder up as well. I'll swing in with both my things and get in some damage. And we'll pass. If they attack with a 2/2, I'll probably chump block with this Witness just to get my draws. Again, I really need a green land, a forest here, so... Maybe I should put one more forest in my deck. Take out like a swamp. Well, I do have the double murders though, so like having double black mana is pretty good. It's the other thing you have to consider too. If you have enough good cards with multiple mana symbols, you gotta make sure that you have the appropriate amount of lands to be able to cast them consistently. Corrupt Court Official. I'm just gonna discard Unleash the Inferno here. Because I definitely don't need 7 damage. I think I might have overvalued Unleash the Inferno just a little bit. I wonder, I can just check between games. Don't need to check right now. So if they go in with a Newsy, I think I am going to chump block here. Because even if I don't find a forest, I can at the very least find another, like, just good card to play. Let's go to blocks. Mountain and Midnight Assassin. Okay. We got a Tramway Station, so no green cards just yet. Let's go ahead and play, obviously, the Exiled card. Oh, that's right! I always forget about that. Shoot. You can only play one of them, not both of them with that card. So, that's fine, though. That's not fine. We definitely would have rather played the Tramway Station, but it's going to have to be fine. Speaking of Tramway Station, obviously, we're just going to leave the mana up in case we need a murder, but... am I gonna swing in with both? What do? Would I value the trade or the 1 damage more? Probably the trade. I'll just swing in with the assassin. And then we'll just pass. Yeah, I definitely would have rather had that other Midnight Assassin here, but oh well. I guess at the very least we can use the Tramway Station ability to dig for another forest. Yeah, I always forget that with the Unlucky Witness. I always think you can play both, but it's one. my Yu-Gi-Oh tendencies now bleeding into Magic with me just not reading the cards. I wonder if that's as much of a thing in Magic. I can't imagine it is. Well, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. I was gonna say Magic players seem smarter than Yu-Gi-Oh players, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't imagine they have. It seems like a more, like, quote-unquote refined game. I guess, I don't know, whatever that means. What else do you have, opponent? Do you have a land to play? If they miss a land drop, that's really, really good. Anytime in limited, I mean, anytime in general, really, your opponent misses a land drop, like in the first, you know, well, it's not first. We're pretty late in the game. Ooh, they are missing a land drop, and they don't really have anything to play. That's actually a pretty good sign for me. Oh no, I was supposed to. I was supposed to draw a card. Shoot. That's really bad. All right. I need to stop blathering and actually focus on the game for a second here instead of just talking. I know, it's like great great YouTube commentary. You can't do both at the same time. It's like it's a little harder sometimes. Well, it's harder with Yu-Gi-Oh too, actually. It can be difficult with card games in general. Yes, yeah. I was supposed to use my tramway station there last turn and sack it and draw a card. Okay, opponent drew this land this turn. Okay, now they can play their goons. Looks like they're hard casting it. Okay, so I gotta figure out if I want to draw or murder these goons. I should probably draw, right? Yeah, that's definitely better. That's fine. I'll take the 2. Okay, now I'll remember to do this. Wow, still no forest. Till end of the turn, this creature gains +2/+0 when it dies. That's actually really good. And we can cast this and murder to kill like multiple things. And we'll also leave the draw up as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this back and block and then play Fake Your Own Death. Is that what I want to do here? Yeah, because then I'll get a treasure and then I can play, well, some amount of green stuff. I'm just going to pass. Yeah, I'll just pass here. It's Girder Goons. I think I said Grinder Goons earlier. It's definitely Girder Goons, by the way. Did they have a 5-drop in here already? Be convenient for me if they did. I don't think they do, though. No, they don't. Okay. So if this dies, this does become a 3/3 lifelink. Corrupt Court Official. Oh boy, what am I going to discard here? Probably Mr. O'Farrow, to be honest. I mean, yeah, Mr. O'Farrow is definitely the least useful card here, so... Okay, now I'm going to block this and use Fake Your Own Death. Yeah, cool. So that way I get to keep my assassin, and then I get a treasure token. Ooh, I have a whack to kill this, but there's not really any point to doing that. Actually, there kind of is a little bit. Well, I mean, not right now. Later there is. Like, maybe I just swing with the Midnight... No, I definitely don't swing with the Midnight Assassin. I definitely hold it back still. But I'm definitely playing this... Well, actually, am I definitely playing the Sawjack? I am. I need to get some kind of tempo on board. But am I attacking with the Assassin? The real question is, if they attack with the goons, do I want to use... I think I'm fine using whack on the goons if they swing in with it. And if that's the case, I should attack with the assassin. Okay, something big might be coming down here, because they definitely just drew this land. They definitely haven't been playing this stuff. This might be combat tricks or answers, too, they just haven't felt the need to use, because I don't really have too much to use it on. I mean, I do have my Midnight Assassin, but... Okay, yep, so like I just was saying, I thought they might have an answer, just based on the fact they haven't played these cards. I mean, yeah, it's gonna have to be fine. Oh no, oh wow, they milled 2 forests! That's really... Oh, but they also milled a Maestros Initiate, okay. But they milled 2 forests. Yikes, okay. I think that's gonna be fine-ish, though. Okay, we can't whack anymore. Wait, why can't we whack? Oh, because this is a sorcery. Alright, well, we have murder. I guess we'll use that. They can get their 2/2 rogue. I'm not... Whatever. Oh my god, we drew a forest anyway. That's so good. Okay, definitely snap playing that. We'll definitely play this. Draw 2, discard 1, huh? Let's discard the Riveteers Outlook. We don't really need that many more lands. No attacks. I'll hold that back. I don't think I'm going to block this, But I'll block. Obviously, they can't attack with the official now. That's one less damage coming in. I think it's better in this game state, current board state rather, to prevent one than deal one. Or they could just kill it. You know, either way. But a 1-1 and a 2-2, they're both landlocked, or like ground-bound, I guess, instead of landlocked, but aren't too much of a threat. I'm still at 13. We still have a lot of big threats left in our deck. Like, they didn't mill Urbask, which is good. They didn't mill either of the other rocks. Any of the other rocks we still have another Mr. O'Pharaoh. We still have the security rocks. We still have the 4-4 for 5 that gains stuff when it attacks and blocks. We still have a lot of big threats left in our deck, as well as the removal that's in our hand. So I think we're doing mostly fine here. We have 6 lands in play. Okay. It's enough to cast anything that's in our deck. So that's good. We wouldn't mind another land, I guess, to cast both of these, but not that we have really anything to whack here. I'm not going to whack the 2-2. I think not yet, anyway. For each color, return... Oh my god. Okay, well, we can whack the Cormella or the Goons. Okay, we'll just pass here. Ugh, yeah, that Rogues Gallery definitely was pretty good. I actually should have valued this card a little bit higher than I did. Okay, I'm definitely gonna whack this Cormella. Although, that's gonna let them return. I don't think I have anything that exiles. Oh my god, yeah, they're gonna get back something pretty good then. I'll probably get back the Rogues Gallery and just get back the Cormella again. No, yeah, no, I'll block here. Here. That's a free block. I mean, they might have an answer, or a trick, but if they have a combat trick, it's whatever. I'm not too concerned with it. Yeah, they didn't. I'm actually gonna start by doing this. Okay, well, at least we got that draw out of the way. I have to figure out if I'm gonna whack this or not. I think I am. But again, they just get the Rogues Gallery back, and then just add a bunch of stuff back. Like, they can add back Rogues Gallery. Wait, how many lands do they have? How much is this? It's 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see myself winning this game. I guess I'll do this. But they just add back Rogues Gallery here, and they'll probably get back... They'll probably use the Rogues Gallery to get back, if I had to guess, Cormella, Corrupt Court Official, and... either Mayhem Patrol or the other Corrupt Court Official. I mean, those are the only other creatures in hand, but they'll probably then play the Corrupt Court Official, and I could discard my last card, which is just a swamp, but... yeah, I'll go ahead and attack here. Not that's really gonna do any good. Yeah, I'm only at 6 as well, so I don't think there's really any one card I can top deck that's gonna get me out of this. I could just concede here. Wow. Yeah, this card is nuts. I've definitely lost to this card before, so... yeah. I guess technically they don't have lethal yet. But, if they have removal for this assassin, they have lethal. They have 7 lands. I mean, again, though, they play both of these. I mean, again, if they swing with both, I just block here, block here. Oh, yeah, okay, they have the Rooftop Nuisance, so... Yep, that is going to do it. There's kind of no point in conceding. They're just going to get the win here anyway. GG's, Iros. GG's. Let's go ahead and move on to the next game. Alright, Fat Steg. Like Stegosaurus. That's kind of funny. It's going to be our next opponent here. Okay, Swamp Forest. And we opened a lot of green cards, actually. We probably should have put in another forest, actually, now that I think about it. But I'm definitely going to keep this. We have 2 really good 3s, even though we don't have a 2. So should hopefully be good enough. And we got a mountain as well. So we have all of our colors. It's always good when you can get that. Definitely gonna lead with the Jewel Thief here. Jewel Thief into Sawjack into Freelance. Ooh, opponent's got a really good start though. Like they got a 2 and a 3, so they already have the tempo for sure. Okay, let's get all of our colors out and then play the Jewel Thief. Oh, so next turn we could actually do this plus this, or this plus this. Death Touch does work with fighting, so we'll have a total of 5 mana. We could, yeah, we could do either of those plus prize fight. We could also do the muscle, but I don't think we need to do that just yet. Another Midnight Assassin. I definitely can't attack, obviously, because they have the 4/4. Yeah, I think we just play the Midnight Assassin here. No attacks, and pass. Okay. I think I'm going to prize fight the Assassin into the Entourage. It's probably going to end up being the play here. Especially if they try to, like, use a spell to answer the Entourage, or the Assassin. It's a cool thing about prize fight is if they try to answer your dude, you can just prize fight and at the very least get one of their guys. Like we're about to do here, actually. Like, yeah, Torch Wrath can't be countered, but I can kill your 4/4. Haha, and I get a treasure again, so that's cool too. That's fine, we'll take another 2. I don't really care about that, so does having 6 mana do anything for me? Yes, so let's play Sawjack and Assassin. Okay, first, okay, let's... So yeah, we decided we're going to play this plus this. So we already have 6 mana with the treasure token, so we could still play the tramway station. Let's start by going to combat. This has vigilance, so it doesn't tap, and that would be a free block anyway, so we can just do that. Play another Midnight Assassin for sure. And then we'll play the Sawjack. Oh, no, we need to play that. I just miscounted. We have 6 including the land. Got it. Okay. The Sawjack is nice with reach. It can now block the Overseers too, so no more getting in the air for free for our opponent. They still only got 3 cards. Next turn we got the Muscle coming down, which is one of our bigger threats, but definitely like the least well, not the least imposing. It's kind of dependent on the board state. I guess Freelance Muscle and Mr. Othello both kind of depend on other creatures to be bigger threats, but in different ways. Well, not actually in different ways. Because doesn't this also scale off power? Yeah, greatest power or toughness, so. So Freelance Muscle will battle and block as a 7/7. Excuse me, in this current board state. Ooh, this is a really good card. I think I'm actually going to attack with the Jewel Thief here, because again, if they block with Civil Servant, I'm fine with that. If they block with the Workshop War Chief, I'm also totally fine with that. And it has Vigilance, so it doesn't tap down anyway, so I think that's a free attack. Yep. Ooh, the strong arm. That's a bit of an issue. Except for the fact that we still have Midnight Assassin, so we'll just block with that. We'll take the trample, but we still kill their thing. Okay. I don't have an instant hand, so I think I'll actually lead with the tramway station here. Ooh, and we got a murder. That's a good draw. I think I'll end up playing the other tramway station. I don't think there's its point to attacking with anything here, including the muscle. I'd rather block with it. Attack sword blocks? Yeah, attack sword blocks. So let's play the station tapped. And pass. Because, yeah, we couldn't have played the murder anyway, because we only had the one swamp up. Alright, so opponent's only got one card left. So this is the game state is kind of like, you know, drawing to, not a conclusion, but it's kind of like culminating into what it's gonna... Like, this is kind of like the deciding game state, right? So the board is like pretty relatively even. I think I'm a little bit more favored with this muscle. If they have a trick, I mean, I still have a murder if they have a trick. I think I take this block. Cool. Okay, they didn't have anything. Good. That's what we like to see. Oh, we have double murder and we can cast both of them. Okay, now I'm going to start attacking with Freelance Muscle and Jewel Thief. And now the board state is very heavily... The board state alone very heavily favors me, but the fact that I have double murder and I can use both from my hand is just like the icing on the cake. In fact, I'm going to murder the Civil Servant here. And then I'll pass. And then, yeah, now if my opponent plays anything even remotely threatening, I can just murder it. And I can pretty freely just attack with everything here. Okay, how much mana does this tramway station cost? 4, 5 total. I have 7. So, yeah, I can't really do that and murder, but I'll just swing in with everything here. 7 plus 3, yeah, that threatens lethal, so we'll definitely do that. Go to blocks. I could have murdered first, actually, to ensure lethal, but we'll just do it next turn instead. Whatever. This is a little bit safer, because my opponent did technically have a card up and a bunch of lands up, so they could have had something, but not that it was very likely they did. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I was gonna say we still win. Dope. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next game. Okay, next game against number 39, Utopia? I have to imagine that's what the reference is. Okay, Outlook and... Ooh. This is a risky keep, but I'm gonna keep it. It's risky because we only have 2 lands, but we can get fixing. Okay, this is gonna have to get... This should get green. Oh my god, we're gonna have to draw a bull. Oh my god. We need to draw a swamp. As long as we can draw a swamp. But no, we'll probably just have to search swamp. I'm gonna keep this, but this is a risky keep. Oh my god, I have to decide what I'm getting with this Riveteers Outlook, like, now. I'm gonna get a swamp. I have to get a swamp. I really want to get a forest for this prize fight. But if I just don't draw a swamp, then I can't play these assassins, I'm gonna be really sad. So, as much as I would love to get a forest here, I think I do just have to get a swamp. If I had had 2 losses and I was on like my last loss, I honestly probably wouldn't have, I probably wouldn't have kept that hand. I probably would have mulliganed. This will make a treasure, so we can use that for green mana anyway. I didn't even think about that as well, but yeah. Definitely glad I grabbed that swamp, even though we ended up drawing one. That's totally fine. Oh my god, that's so fine. That is such a fine use for that card. For me, I mean, not for my opponent. That's not a good use of that card for my opponent. It could have been used for better targets for sure, IMO. That's a cool plaza. They also have something they can use for 1 green or white mana, it seems like. Seems like they had a little prompt there to activate something. For 1 green or white. Let's see. Exhibition Magician. Let's see if they get a token or... Well, let's see if they get a citizen or... Okay, they got the citizen. So they don't need the mana. So they must have either all the lands they need and or mostly cheap stuff. Okay, we did draw our forest. That's really, really good. So... Let's see. Yeah, I think I will play Mr. O'Farrow here. You should play the slower cards first, right? And we already have a Midnight Assassin and 2 Answers Up, so I don't think we really need the other Midnight Assassin. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Attacking with both. Okay. Yeah, I mean... Block the token. Feels like they have a trick. That's why I'm not blocking the Exhibition Magician. Okay, they had the Strangle. Got it. So that's why they used their first Strangle so loosely. That makes more sense now. That makes more sense. Alright. Let's go to combat. The reason to go to combat before you play anything is, I mean, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, in Magic, it's a little bit different, actually, because, like, here I'm kind of expecting them more to use an answer, right? Like, if they think I don't have a creature to play because I went straight into combat and attack, they might use an answer on this that I might have, like, you know, that I could counter with Prize Fight or, like, play another thing. Okay, I think for tempo purposes, I'm also just going to run out this other Midnight Assassin, use my treasures here. It's like there's no point to having the treasures sitting here doing nothing. You should use them for tempo, if it's good to, which it was fine to there, so. Okay, so we have a decent presence on board. We have lots of removal, so. It's a nice thing about this deck, even though we don't have all the high drops we might necessarily want, we can still at least count on our removal. I think I'm just swinging with everything here. I don't care if this Sawjack trades with one of my assassins. That's totally fine. If they double block the Jewel Thief... Well, if they double block the Jewel Thief, I guess we could murder. I think I'd be okay with that. I think we should be the aggressor here, since we have an opportunity to. No, well, it's not only just that we have the opportunity to, but... Oh, you know what? We don't even have to use the murder. Oh, wait, if that's the only block they're doing, then... Because that only gets the buff when it blocks something with flying, so unless they have a trick, then that's not going to do anything. But they do have a trick, but we have a prize fight. So we can just make the Midnight Assassin fight one of the... Or we could just make the... Yeah. I'm trying to think, though, if I should prize fight or murder here. I should probably use the prize fight while it's good, right? Because the prize fight is more conditional than the murder. And we still have the murder up because of the treasure token. Although we're not going to have it up, I think, because I am going to play this Unlucky Witness. Yeah. That's fine. We don't need to have murder up during our opponent's turn necessarily here. Warm welcome. That's good for me. That's going to use a good bit of their mana. And will show me if they find a threat, which is a Mayhem Patrol. It's not too threatening. They get the Citizen Token, of course, as well, but it's just a 1/1. Okay, looks like they don't have any more lands. Wait, what? Yeah, no, I definitely just block here. I can't block there because Menace, but it's going to die anyway, so I don't understand that attack or that buff at all, to be totally honest. You can only play one of these, so I'm not going to make that same mistake. Well, I'm not going to be... Oh, no, I can't play the muscle because I have the treasure token, so yeah, we'll definitely just play that, although let's do combat first. And then we'll Play the muscle. And the outlook. Let's get a mountain in case we draw the Urbask. Brazen Upstart. Vigilance, when it dies, look at the top 5, get a creature, put the rest on the bottom. Okay, that's not too bad. It's actually fine. I don't think that really does enough here. I could just murder it preemptively, but there's no real need to do that. I'm fine with that trade, I think. I'll just murder anything strong that they find. No, they didn't find a single creature. That's actually really good for me. Oh no, I should have played that mountain. Shoot, whatever. Shouldn't matter. It might actually, but hopefully it won't. I don't think it will. Because even if we draw like another spell we can play, we can still just play the mountain anyway. Like I was thinking like, oh, if I draw another 3-mana spell, discard a card, create a token. Okay, they conceded. I was going to say, if it's too scary, I'll just murder it, but... Alright. Got another win there, so let's go ahead and... Oh, we got to rank up. Hey, look at that. So we are in Platinum now for Limited. Wow, it hasn't even been that many drafts and we're already in Plat. That's... not too shabby if I do say so myself, and I do, in fact, say so myself. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next game. Okay, apparently your mother is going to be our next opponent here. This is a really good hand. No, it's not really good, but it's pretty good. I'll go ahead and keep it. Once again, we're going to open with the Riveteers Outlook. Because we don't have a 1-drop. We'll get green because we already have red and black lands in our hands. And then pass back to Mom here. Let's see what they're playing. Oh, this must be that cybernetic angel plant. Ooh, that's cool. Man, I do love the alternate, like, styles for cards in this game. I just wish they weren't, like, individual things. Like, they're per card. Ooh. Requisitioner or Court Official? Opponent's got a lot of cards in hand, so I think it's actually Requisitioner here. Yeah, I just wish the card styles weren't, like, per card. It's a little weak in my opinion, but... it is what it is. It's the nature of the game, I suppose. Hang on. Am I actually going to play Midnight Assassin here? I could trade and play a Fake Your Own Death. It's actually, I think, exactly what I'm going to do if they block here. I can still play the Midnight Assassin. That's actually ridiculous. I got to play my 3. I got to trade for their dude and play my 3-drop anyway. That's nuts. See, I think a lot of players, not a lot of players, maybe not a lot of players, but I think a good amount of players would have, like, just kept the treasure tokens there, but I think it's definitely totally fine to use them for tempo. I'm not going to attack with the Requisitioner again. It's not worth trading the 1/1, but I will attack with the Assassin. Now this lets them tap sack at any color. Okay, got it. Or not tap sack. No, it is tap sack. Okay, so it's a treasure, right? Yeah, it is. It's actually labeled as a treasure. Okay, cool. Play the Skyjack here. Not drawing a land kind of hurt. We actually definitely need another black for these murders. I didn't even think about that. Looks like our opponent is playing like a dedicated treasure deck. Oof, we need another land really badly here. Alright. Yeah, now's a good time to make our opponent discard. Okay, looks like their hand might be a little land flooded if because they threw that force out really quick. Still no land. I need a swamp especially, but we did draw another Midnight Assassin. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with my Midnight Assassin here. See if they take the block. They don't. I kinda didn't think they would. Okay, I'm definitely at that stage where I need that swamp pretty badly. Okay, yeah, they're definitely... At least they're not doing anything like too threatening themselves. That's really good. God, if I could just get that swamp. Okay, the mountain, rather. At least it's a land. Destroy target artifact. Ooh, so we can destroy... I think I'll destroy the Glittermonger in the briefcase. They don't... actually, do I care if they make treasure tokens? I think I'll still destroy the Glittermonger. Because I don't really care about these speakeasy servers. I've got a Sawjack and 2 Midnight Assassins to deal with them. It's probably just better to take out the Glittermonger here. Alright, let's go to combat. I definitely don't want them to draw. Actually, can they already draw? No, they can't. They're missing 2 colors. So this is definitely the time to do it. Okay. I'll start with combat. Is this an instant? It is. Good. Okay. I should have checked that way sooner than than that, but okay. Maybe I only attack with 1. Yeah, I only attack with 1 here, I think. Okay, when do I want to cast this Unleash the Inferno? Probably in response to them tapping the Glittermonger. Yeah, I have to do it now. I mean, they're still going to get the treasure, but I have to do it this way to make sure they don't draw 3 off of that courier's briefcase while they're tapped out of their lands here. That's basically what I'm trying to prevent. I didn't specifically state that earlier, but I am trying to prevent them from drawing 3 cards with Unleash the Inferno by destroying the briefcase so they can't reload their hand. It's pretty clear that aside from these speakeasy servers, they don't have really a whole lot going on in their hand. Based on, obviously, the fact they only have 1 card and the way that they've played the last couple of turns. Okay, a Broker's Charm. So they did have more refueling anyway, but at least it was fewer draws, and we forced them to utilize that. We didn't give them more draws. Or they didn't end up getting more draws, rather, off of the briefcase. Oof. Okay, Ligera the Magpie. Oh my god, we need... Oh my god. Oh, we need this murder ASAP. Or we need this black mana for murder ASAP. Yeah, I'll definitely block one of those. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. That's so ridiculous. Yeah, no attacks anymore. Because I want to trade. I want to offer the trade anyway. Opponent's in top deck mode. I mean, we're in top deck mode, kind of. But we're like... yeah, we definitely take this block. So then we get the treasure token. Our stuff comes back with +1/+1 counters. So does their Skycrier, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and just murder it. So I don't really care that it does. That's also totally fine, that draw, by the way. Oh, and we can prize fight now. And get another treasure, and then we can use the other murder later. Okay, this is like definitely working out well for us. I'm gonna prize fight the Midnight Assassin to the Skycrier before it gets the buff. Yeah. That way, even if they have a response to buff it with like a combat trick, then we still... Wait, did my stuff not get... When an exiled creature enters the battlefield, you control. Okay, my stuff doesn't get tokens, just theirs. Okay, alright, okay, the board just got way more in my favor here. I might even preemptively murder this. No, I won't. That's still bad. Combat, attack with that. And play the muscle. Okay, cool. Alright, like I said, I think this board state is now definitely much more in my favor. Especially now that I can actually use both of these murders. That was the most important thing, was just being able to use those. Again, I'm really tempted to use one of these murders preemptively, but I still don't think there's a need to do that. I think we can just do this. And attack with those two. I'll probably chump with the 1/1. That's, oh, then they'll just take the damage. That's fine too. Okay, so if I pay 1 red for this, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Wait, black. No, I can't. Well, I can't play both murders in the same turn anyway, so we can play the Unlucky Witness. That's fine. Because I don't have 4 black mana. Got it. Okay. Unlicensed Hearse is fine. I don't care about graveyard stuff, so they can start exiling things. I don't care about that. Pass to attackers. Okay, do I want to murder this Speakeasy server on my turn? What is this crew? 2? So they'll only have a 1/1 to block. They chump this. I swing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I don't need to murder just yet. Ooh, good. Especially since we drew that. Alright, go to combat. I think it's just the Hearse's ability they're being prompted to activate here. I mean, it could be a card in their hand, but... Going in with the Unlucky Witness, because I definitely wouldn't mind exiling 2 and playing one of them. And if they decide not to do the trade, that's fine. We just take... Or they just take 1 extra damage. Yeah, I don't care about the exiling stuff. That's totally okay with me. Yep, go to blocks. They still are not chumping the 1/1 into the 7/7. That's really interesting. They must be trying to crew the... I wonder if they're trying to use the 1/1 to partially crew the Hearse. Or if they just got another buff. I don't know what their plan is with the 1. I don't know why they're not chumping the 1/1 to the 7/7. Maybe because they just don't have to yet. Okay, they just conceded anyway, so... Cool, good. Alright. Getting... Actually, this is about as many wins as I expected to get with the deck, or at least hope to anyway, so... I think anything from here on is a bonus, so let's just go ahead and move on to the next game. Okay, Malicide is going to be our next opponent here. And let's see how we opened. Ooh, the double prize fight with the no green lands is a little sketchy, but we've got a 2-drop and a murder, so I'm going to keep this hand. Yeah, the double prize, even if we had the forest, the double prize fight's a little weird here because we only have the Requisitioner. I mean, the Requisitioner also makes the token, which can enable one of the prize fights. I should have specified that as well as another reason I'm keeping. Opponent's mulliganing, which is a really good sign, makes our keep better. If your opponent ends up mulliganing, then, you know, keeping an iffy hand obviously then becomes better. But, you know, turn player has to decide to mulligan first, so you can't wait for your opponent and then decide what to keep. Nope, doesn't work that way. Alright, yeah, it doesn't matter which one we play. Yep, good old Requisitioner. Good card, good card. These murders have just been in our hand like every game. Not that I'm complaining at all about that, but it's just kind of funny how that it's ended up working out. Alright, yeah, we'll just play a Midnight Assassin here. I think the tempo's definitely more important than leaving the murder up at this point. I think I'd actually be totally fine with this trade, so I'm going to attack here. Yeah, that trade is a-okay with me. It's got Menace, so I wouldn't have been able to block like that normally anyway. And these Mayhem Patrol, I mean, this doesn't look like much, but this can get out of control if you're not careful, so... Oh, nice, we drew the Forest, too. Alright. I mean, our hand's a little awkward in that it's only answers right now, but, we just need one good threat. Like a solid 3 or 4 drop, and, oh my god, especially because our opponent's not doing anything. But of course, we're not really able to do anything either. But if our opponent so much as looks at us funny, we'll have an answer. That was always going to kind of be the weakness of this deck, though, was that it's more reactive than proactive. Still no proactive cards. But at least, again, our opponent doesn't have anything. If our opponent had been playing, like, a creature every turn, this would have been a lot more difficult to come back from. Now, I imagine they're going to start playing a lot of big stuff, but them playing a bunch of big stuff one at a time is actually the complete ideal scenario for me here. Them not playing anything is, like, the even more ideal scenario. Okay, so we got an Exhibition Magician, that's good. We'll definitely create a Citizen here, because the board presence is obviously going to be more important in this particular game state. Strangle on the Magician is totally fine. I don't know why you wouldn't do that on the Midnight Assassin, but... Well, because they must not have anything. Like, taking the 2 damage a turn is just so... Oh, another answer, Jesus. It's just so, so risky. I was gonna say, is this every answer in our deck? But no, we do still have a, what do you call it? The 4-mana black card that gives -4/-4. That one. I forgot what it's called, but we do actually still have another answer in the deck. Not, again, that we need it, but... Yeah, I mean, if we have to just poke our opponent to death by 1,000 stings, then... Or death by 1,000 cuts, then we can definitely do that. Isn't that actually more about destroying the soul? Like, isn't that a Chinese thing, I think? I have no idea. Enters the battlefield. If you cast it, research your library for a thing, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle. Yeah, that's totally fine. And then I'll just murder whatever they bring out. Caparati Caterer. Oh, wow, that's a hell of a thing to bring out. But not something... Or it's definitely something we can deal with. To attackers, and then yeah, at the end of their turn I'll just murder this. Yeah, they'll create a 4/4, but that's fine. Okay, we'll play another swamp. I mean, yeah, we'll just still attack here. I'm trying to figure out if I want to... Oh, it's too late now, I think. Well, it's not too late. I can still do it before they declare blockers. I'm trying to figure out if I want to Unleash the Inferno, like murder. It's probably better to murder, because Unleash the Inferno is pretty much a murder that might also destroy an artifact or enchantment, which could come up later, so... I'm kind of wondering if I should murder this 4/4 and attack with the 1/1. I don't think murder to do 1 damage is really worth it, though. I'll probably end up murdering the 4... Well, the thing is, though, I'll probably end up murdering the 4/4 anyway, when it comes to swing in this turn. That's fine. Technically, we might have missed out on 1 damage, but that's not that big of a deal at this current point in the game. Opponent might actually have a response. but we would actually have a response to their response if they did. I'd probably use Unleash the Inferno. If I had even like one other semi-reasonable threat in my hand, I would definitely rather prize fight the Midnight Assassin than Unleash the Inferno, but I don't. So I need to really value the creature on board right now, especially the fact that she's a flyer that's getting in every turn. Oh, prize fighting down the 1/1 and not the Midnight Assassin? That's totally fine. Yeah, I don't care about that at all. Now, if they had prize fighted the Midnight Assassin, then I would have Unleashed the Inferno'd the Rhino, but they didn't, so I didn't have to. Huh, that's totally fine with me. Alliance. Whenever another creature in its battlefield, scry 1. If this is the second time this ability is resolved, draw a card instead. That's fine. I don't care about that. Finally. Alright. We have another piece of action here. I think I might even hold the Midnight Assassin back here as a result. No, I'm still going to play... Or, actually, well, no, I mean, I'm definitely going to play this. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to attack with the Assassin or not. Yeah, we still attack with the Assassin, I think, actually. Just get in, just get the damage in. Okay, so the muscle will attack and block as a 6/6. It's fine. Yeah, those are... Actually... How much mana? They have enough mana. If they play another creature, I'm gonna prize fight away that Rumor Gatherer, actually. Am I? I am. I just don't want them to start getting free draws off of it. The fact that they're going to get a scry and a draw means they could pretty easily get another creature. And then they would get a free draw if they played another creature. Like, I couldn't do that prize fight any sooner, unfortunately. Yeah, they can come in for 3. I don't care if they do 3 to me. No blocks. Yep. Yeah, look at that. They did have another creature, so it's a good thing I prize fighted when I did. Oh, nice. Good draw, good draw. Great draw. Oh my god, fantastic draw. Does it have trample? No. That'd be too good. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely just gonna play that. It doesn't matter, right? No, it does matter. I definitely want this first. Oh no! That sucks. Deals 4 damage to target creature, attacking or... Yeah, alright. Well, we'll just prize fight in response. And we'll take out the Inspiring Overseer. So that way this is free to attack in the air again. And yeah, we can resolve. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the Orfero keeps those from attacking freely. Ooh, that's a good card. Oh, but we can... Hang on. Oh, there's a way to do this. Do I hit control? Yeah, full control. Alright. Resolve. But when it comes into play, I want to... Unleash the Inferno, probably on... Oh yeah, definitely on the Roast Master. That full control, by the way, is basically, I think, the equivalent of, like, toggling on-off auto in Yu-Gi-Oh! And we'll destroy their crowbar. And they'll get their token, but that's fine. Alright, we don't need that anymore. Neat. Alright. Go to combat. Attack in the air for 2 now instead of 1. Not that that's really going to make like a whole huge difference, but it'll definitely make it go a little bit faster. I'm going to keep the land in my hand to bluff it as a potential threat. Don't need to reveal that I just don't have anything by playing a land. Pass to attackers, and then let's use the tramway station now. Draw a couple of outlooks, that's fine. We'll end up playing one of them for a mountain in case we draw Urbask. Once again, we'll just move to attacks. Swing in the air for 2. And then, like I said, let's go ahead and outlook for a mountain. Now, our opponent could still have something really threatening in the hand, but... or left in the deck, rather. We do have a oh, yep, that would be something really threatening right there. Trample, lifelink, haste. Ugh. Yeah, we're gonna have to take it. That lifelink especially is gonna be really dirty. Okay, we'll just play this Corrupt Court Official. The last card was an Informant. It's actually not bad to get rid of that. We'll use another Outlook. Get another Mountain. No attacks this time. I'll leave the Assassin back to block that Dancer. Wow! Oh wait, that's fine. Yeah, I don't care about that as much. Okay, cool. We got a Whack. And that's actually a white card. Not that this matters that this costs less, but... yeah, we'll just whack this. And now we can start swinging in the air again. So this is definitely like an example of the game state where like the board, or the kind of game state where the board kind of gets gunked up. But ooh, Rakish Revelers. Okay, so it's gonna be a 5-3 that also drops a 1-1. Yeah, the board state's definitely getting gunked up now. There's just like a lot of dudes on the board, and because I've got the flyer, I can just ignore all their dudes and get some damage in. Although, ooh, that's actually not a bad draw just to have a good play. We can still threaten to double block the Revelers here, so we can still attack in the air with the Assassin at this point. You do got to get in the damage when you can. Fortunately, this Ascendancy like does not do a whole lot. It's going to give them extra draws over the course of the game, but... let me just see. I think the Fleetfoot Dancer is going to be one of the scarier things they had in their deck, and that's been dealt with. Have I used any murders yet? Oh, yeah. This was the game I opened double murder. I was basically trying to remember that. Going in with a 3-3. I think I'm going to double block with the Sawjack and the Court Official here. No, not the Boulder, not the Boulder, the Official. Yes. I'm okay with that. If they have a trick, so be it. Nope, that's fine. Okay, that's actually a pretty good draw. How many cards do they have left? 13, or no, they have 12 left. I have 14, alright. This might actually come, it could, I don't know if it will. It could come down to a deck out. That's not like uncommon to happen in draft. Okay, they discarded a land. I kind of figured they would. Keeping the live like cards are definitely better than like a +1/+1 token here. If you don't reveal, you would put it on the bottom. Okay. Alright, so here's another one of their big threats. If you would create tokens... woof. Okay. That's a kind of a pun with the dog token. I didn't even intend for that. What is it, a cat with haste or a dog with vigilance? Alright. Oh boy, this isn't good. Excuse me, let's go ahead and use this draw. Okay, Jewel Thief isn't bad. Definitely gonna hold this Assassin back. No attacks. Yeah, that Copyrighty Ascendancy, honestly, I don't think it's that great of a card in draft. It was pretty good in this specific scenario, but games just usually don't go this long in this format. Yeah, I think this is actually the worst Ascendancy in draft, to be honest. It kind of in general, too. This card's kind of 3 mana do nothing. It's 3 mana to maybe do something at the start of your next turn. But again, to be fair, in this specific game state, this was actually very good. Okay, they got a Glittermonger and put the rest back. Oh, and then they got it. Yeah, this Ginny Faye. This Ginny Faye is killing me. Making these dogs instead of citizens. Excuse me, my allergies are still, like, this is like even a week after recording those other videos, rather. Attacking with the 5/3. Oh, would I rather have the Midnight Assassin or the Thief? I think I'd rather have the Midnight Assassin, so we'll block with a Jewel Thief. There is the Urabask. I don't attack with it, though. Definitely not. As tempting as it... It's not even tempting, honestly. It's just not good. So yeah, now instead of drawing... Well, I mean, they get actually additional draws, but now they banish stuff. Well, they got another... They're playing 2 of these Ascendancies? That's definitely not worth. There's no chance in the world that's worth to play 2 Ascendancies. Oh, that's really scary. That's extremely scary. I actually don't know how Death Touch interacts with shields. It just takes, I imagine it just takes the shield off. Yeah, that's how it would have to work. Because the damage is what... Okay, yep, I got it. I wanted to get ahead of any comments that might have been telling me, like, it works this way. I figured it out, yeah. So, because the damage is what kills it. It's not the... Because I was wondering, like, naively, hopefully, like... Oh, do I poke the shield away and then do the Death Touch? But no. The damage on Death Touch is what kills it. So, and the damage is also what pokes the shield away. So, yeah, that Rocks Pummeler is going to be a problem for me. Yeah, I was going to say, I was actually just about to say, you got to attack with almost everything here, right? This is definitely the point where you got to start getting really aggressive. Okay, so that's going to block one of the 3/1s. That's also going to block one of the 3/1s. And this will block one of the 1/1s. Do I have many answers left in my deck? No, because I drew them all already. Did I draw literally all of them? I think I did, actually. Oh, there's another Midnight Assassin. That's actually an answer. Okay, actually, that was a really good set of draws there. I was just thinking earlier, too, like, I know my later game threats are in there, in the deck. I just gotta get to them. Yeah, we'll pass. That's fine, you can make treasures. That doesn't really matter anymore at this point. Broken Wings. Wow, that's actually going to be really good here. Normally, I would not ever advise main decking this card for any reason ever, but it's actually going to be really good here for getting rid of one of my Midnight Assassins. But don't ever main deck Broken Wings. It's not worth. Oh, they passed? Wait, what? Wait, what? How do you just pass there? Are you kidding me? Wait, hang on. Is this Urabask gonna... No, because they'll lose... Oh no, they won't lose them because they're gonna bottom them. I'm gonna lose stuff more quickly, I think. I think I have to attack with this Urabask and hope they block it. As weird as that sounds. Because I need to stop drawing 2 per turn, basically, if I'm going to deck them. Oh, but they can just chump block it. Which is probably what they'll do. That's what they should do. Yeah. No. Oh my god. This is going to come to deck out, but I think I'm actually going to be the one who gets decked out because my Urbask is drawing me 2 per turn. And their Ascendancy is no longer drawing them 2 per turn because they don't have extra cards to draw anymore. Yep. Oh, that's not good for me. Okay, so they're at 5. I go down to 5. They go down to 4. I go down to 3. They go down to 3. I go down to 1. They go down to 2. Yeah, I need to get rid of this Urbask, but I should have started attacking with this Urbask. Oh, if I'd realized that like 2 or 3 turns sooner, I could have started attacking with the Urbask, and they probably would have blocked it at that point. That turn the Rock Spell where it came down would have actually been the perfect turn to do so. And I actually had an opportunity. No, I didn't, because they didn't attack with anything strong enough to kill the Urbask. Okay. I think that's right. I don't know. Although I'm pretty sure I am going to lose here because of my own Urbask. Man. It's close. It was definitely really close. Okay, they're in combat. Yeah, they're not doing anything. Oh, right. This is legendary, so you can't have multiples of those. Damn, that isn't... I didn't think that would give trample, though. Let's see. Yeah, I think the opponent knows at this point how this game is playing out. I think they have figured it out as well, so they're just going to keep chump blocking this Urbask. That's the interesting thing about Magic, though, and why it's like... It's almost like chess in a way. When you're in game states like this and you can like see how it's going to end up playing out like so many turns in advance. I guess I'll play the swamp here, why not? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, then they'll go down to 4. Oh man, I really don't have a way to kill my own Urbask at all. That's so bad. Well, okay, that card they kept on top. That's interesting. That's what kills me, too, is that it's not even a Yume. Like, if it were a Yume, that would have... But also, that would not be, like, in flavor for Red. Red is definitely all about, like, impulse and risk-taking, which is not what I'm about. Alright. Part of me wonders if I should just, like... Well, no, if I swing in with everything, they just swing back. We swing in with everything next turn. Although, let's see. No, we could get away with swinging in with some... whatever. We're gonna... I mean, I don't think there's any amount of swinging I could really do that would result in me winning instead of losing, to be totally honest. I should have started attacking... Like I said, I should have started attacking with the Urbask, like... 3 turns before I did. 2 or 3. Yeah, sure, whatever, we'll play it. I could / should just surrender at this point, but... That's right, and then it's the treasure tokens that are turning into dogs as well, so... Opponent's just building an army. Making this situation even more inevitable. Excuse me. Oh, that's why they kept it on top, so they wouldn't draw it as an extra card. That was actually really smart of my opponent. Because then otherwise they would have been at 2, and then I would have been at 1, and they would have been at 1. Well, I still would have been. I still would have won, but... Or I still would have lost. They still would have won in that scenario if I didn't... I'm just trying to figure out... I don't know. Maybe I still have some way to get rid of my own Urbask here. But I think at this point it's too late, even if I did. I'll just swing in with everything, just to say that I did it. Why not? And then I'll double... I don't know. Sure. Why not? You know? I mean, it's always good to give your opponent the opportunity to screw up. Not that there's really any way to screw this up. Actually, I mean, my opponent can just block with token. I'm just going to concede. Let's just do that. Let's just move on to the next game and not waste any more time here. There's only a certain point where the mentality of never concede becomes, or at a certain point, rather, it does become a bit futile. So, we should still have one more game left, though, or one more loss we can take before we're forced out, right? Yeah, that's only our second loss, so let's jump into the next one. Actually, let's just do that now and not even bother with a cut. If I could save myself a cut, I might as well, right? I don't know. That's always my mentality anyway. Plus, I don't know, these longer videos, especially the Magic ones, to be totally honest, I don't think anybody's still watching at this point, but, well, kudos if you are. Comment if you still are. I guess, I don't know, I'd be interested to know. We did... Okay, good, we got that game sooner than I thought we would. Against T-Rune here. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going farther with this deck than I thought we would. I expected to get 3 wins out of it, but 4 we'll definitely take as well. Ugh, I mean... God. I mean, this hand has a 2-drop, but I have to mulligan this, I think. That'd be too risky. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to keep this. This is an extremely similar hand, but, I'll put back the Mr. Othello here. Although maybe I should have put back the rocks. I don't know. It's a little optimistic to think that I'll play this on 2. It could happen, but it probably won't. Opponent at least mulliganed as well. It's going to make this Corrupt Court official a lot better. Also makes my mulligan and hand overall just a lot better. Hey, there's Mr. Othello. Alright. Oh, good. So we're not going to get to play the rocks on turn 4 at this rate. Well, I guess we still could, but probably not. Opponent discard a Shattered Seraph. Alright. Well, we could use a red... Is there a red-green dual land? I'm pretty sure there is. We could really use that, but at least we got something we can play on turn 3. Technically, I should have attacked first, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. Okay, we need to draw Forest and Mountain back to back. Or at the very least a forest. That is neither of those, so we're just gonna have to pass. Well, this is not looking very good, especially given their opponent is Obscura, which definitely tends to have, like I was just about to say, a lot of flyers. Well, that would have been really good last turn. Yeah, this is probably just going to be the end of the run here. That's how it's looking anyway, but again, you know, well, opponent missed their land drop, so maybe it's not just the end. Hang on. We do have a murder, I guess. Alright, we'll just pass again. Okay, they got their land drop now. Okay, I think I'm gonna chump this. And then murder it. No, I'll murder this, never mind. I'll let them connive first though, get the token on it. Because if I respond with murder, then they can just discard like a dead land or something they don't need. Well, at least it's a playable, I guess. Although this, like I said, I think this is going to be the end of the run. But yeah, no, I expected to get 3 wins with this deck just due to how few low drops it had, yikes. And just generally the power level of the deck. So to get 4 is like a little bit above average, or a little bit above average for like this particular deck. So definitely can't complain about that. Yeah, I think overall this was a fine build for what it was. We definitely should have, could have arguably drafted more low-cost cards. But again, early on in the draft, I kind of wanted to prioritize the fixing and just making sure we had threats. We went a little bit heavy on removal. Hey, there's a forest right on time. I guess we'll play Jewel Thief here. We did go a little bit heavy on removal, but I think that ended up being fine in the end, given that we were a slower deck. Although we were also a slower deck because we took more removal early on. But, you know, like I said, it is what it is. For the deck that we got, I think we got a fine result. Can't complain about 4 wins. That's 1,400 gems, which means you just paid 100 gems to do the draft, which for 100 gems for a total of 6 packs is definitely not a bad deal whatsoever. So really, as long as you can get at least 3, because the difference just becomes staggering, right? Like at 2 wins, I think you get 400 gems back, but then at 3, you get 1,000. So I would try to get at least 3 wins per draft in order to at least somewhat recoup your losses in a respectable way, or like an efficient way, not respectable. I guess a little bit of both, but yeah, okay, so that is going to be the end of our run. We got 4 and 3 with our deck here. Let me change the view so you can more easily see the whole deck. Again, like I said, we would have liked much more proactive 2 drops, but given that we somehow managed to get away with 4 wins with a deck that only had 4 proactive, not even 4 proactive 2 drops, it was 4 proactive early game, including Unlucky Witness, but we only had 3 proactive 2 drops. That's definitely better. I would have expected this deck to get like 2 wins, realistically, honestly. 3, you know, optimistically, but 4 is definitely a little bit above optimistic, so we will take that. Let us claim our prize of 1,400 gems and 3 new Capenna packs, and then let's go ahead and open those. And another pack from our Mastery. Maestros Diabolus. I actually haven't opened this yet in drafts. It's the 3 Maestros colors, 1/4 Death Touch Haste, attacks if you don't control a devil. That seems really, really good. I would probably pack one. I think I would take this pack 1, pick 1, even though it's committing to 3 colors right away. I think that's definitely strong enough to take pack 1, pick 1. And we get a Mythic Wild card, always welcome that, as well as a Rabble Rousing. It's actually one of the better hideaway cards. I think it's actually the best hideaway card in Limited, so I think that's also a pack 1, pick 1, probably, if I saw it. Hostile Takeover is very much a pack 1, pick 1. Yeah, this card is nuts. It's basically like, it's basically a board wipe AoE, but you get to pick something that will for sure die, and then pick something else that will for sure live. And now it's 3 damage to everything, so if there's a lot of big stuff on the board, it's not really an AoE, but it's pretty much AoE. But again, you get to pick something to set a 1/1 and pick another thing to set at 4/4. So you get to pick something to die for sure and pick something to live for sure. Very, 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 very good card in Limited. Like one of the best, I think. It's easy top 10. And final pack here will contain Jaxus the Troublemaker, another really good card for Limited. Yeah, this just being a blitz card. Basically, it blitzes, but then you can also blitz your other cards that are already in play. Like, you can make a blitzed version of them. So, if you're going for dedicated blitz, like, I mean, again, just in general, I think it's a fine card, so. Alright, that is all we've got for that new Capenna draft. So, again, we managed to only net spend 100 gems to get 6 packs, basically, and just have a fun draft experience, so that is always rewarding when you can do that. So that is going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching, especially if you watch this one to the very end. I would honestly be rather surprised if anybody did actually watch the whole thing, but thank you if you did very, very much. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely plan on making some more new Capenna content for, or not new Capenna, we'll probably do Capenna drafts, but just more Magic content in general. So if you would like to see that, definitely let me know in the comments. I'm greatly appreciative to everyone who watches all the way to the end and subscribes and comments. Those are all excellent ways to support the channel. And you all know how much I appreciate you guys who do that. So without further ado, this is XLex signing off. Hope you guys have a fantastic day.